Hello and welcome to the next episode of Fractured Kingdom. Before we start, I do need to change one magic item that was handed out. Pete, while I don't anticipate you intentionally trying to break the Transmuter's Chaos Wand, I realized that I probably should have set a limit on the number of times you can use it per day, so you don't just try 50 times to get true polymorph. So the number of charges it has per day is equal to your proficiency bonus, and you get back all charges at dawn.
That works for me.
Alright, and with that, let us begin. So, last we left off, the Crown Gall had killed a group of Mind Drinker vampires in Valori, when two vampiric mind flayers also attacked. After slaying the undead aberrations, the party received a warning from an unnamed vampire who had formed a truce with the party. If Illithid were here, then Valori and the nearby city of Lux were as good as lost. She also warned that Illithid would go after the party specifically, because the mind flayer who killed Ralph teleported away before being killed. The party immediately warned the Kingsmen in Lux of the threat while also warning Maury's father Eldril and her friend Atreya. The Crown Gall then spent the next day shopping in preparing to go after the Illithid. Ori got her magic tattoo and received an apology from Captain Valhal. That night, Maury also received an apology from Atreya, along with a pair of winged boots and notice of possible trouble in the city of Petra. The next day, the party spoke with the head of Michaelmas's cleric order, Valori, who confirmed the location of two more relics in a dragon lair in the southeastern part of the kingdom. With the rest of the party planning their next quest, Corvus spoke with Alabaster Stein, the wizard who saved the barbarian 3 years prior with the use of a ritual that gave Corvus some of Stein's memories. Stein said he was finishing the last preparations of a new ritual, which would transfer the rest of his decades of knowledge onto Corvus. But in the meantime, Stein gave Corvus a wand to help prepare the half-orc's mind. Stein then used a scrying spell to locate a mind flayer hiding inside an abandoned house above a previously empty underground lair. And it is in the basement of that house where we now find ourselves after Maury and Corvus found a mind flayer hiding underneath the stairs. So, let's have everyone roll for initiative. And the first to react is Ash, who hears the sound of Maury and Corvus yell out about another mind flayer down the basement.
Okay, do I have enough room to kind of jump down and skid past them?
Yes you do.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump down and then just kind of run back into the corner. And then I am going to cast Hunter's Mark on the mind flayer. And then I'm going to attack it with my longbow. And that'll be a 30 to hit.
Yeah.
That'll most definitely hit.
Okay, and then I get Hunter's Mark on it, times 2. Fantastic. So 17 total damage, and then I'll attack it again with my bow. 21 to hit.
21 will also hit.
So 12 piercing, plus Hunter's Mark for another 2, and Colossus Slayer for another 5.
Good start.
Ash quickly runs down and jumps down the stairs, slipping by both Maury and Corvus before stopping the corner and firing 2 well-aimed shots right above the breastplate armor of the mind flayer right into its neck.
And that'll be it for my turn.
And with that, we now go to the mind flayer. So I need to double check something.
Is it his speed so he could run away?
Not quite. So the mind flayer is going to move down into the corner right above the entrance into the hole of the ladder that leads down into an underground passage. And after he moves right there, the Mind Flayer is going to force Ash, Mari, and Corvus to make intelligence saving throws.
You get +3, Corvus.
I get plus what?
+3.
And you have protect from evil and good. I don't know what that does here, if anything.
So aberrations and a few other types of creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. You can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. And if you are already under one of those effects, you'll have advantage on any saving throws. For this, unfortunately, you do not have advantage, but thanks to the aura of protection from Mari, you are still able to resist the Mind Blast that hits you. So both Mari and Corvus take 13 points of psychic damage, but Ash takes the full 27 points as he feels his entire body seize up.
Fun. And I'll make a con save for my concentration. Don't think I make that.
Unfortunately, that is not enough as you lose your concentration on Hunter's Mark.
Do I need to do that too?
Yes you do.
Two crits in a row?
Don't waste them.
Not a waste. I'm still protected.
Yes, and with Ash being stunned, we now go to Ori.
So when I cast a spell that has like an area of effect, like a 20-foot square, can I cast it so that I like... If I cast it like at this corner, could I cast it so it only covers like half the intended casting area, or no?
I'll say yes.
Alright, so then I am going to... Ori is going to cast in that spot I just highlighted. She is going to cast Ever's Black Tentacles.
Ooh.
So when a creature... So it is... I'm going to cast it as a heightened spell. I think I can cast it as a heightened spell. Yeah. So I'm going to spend 3 sorcery points to give it disadvantage on its first save against the tentacles. So does it, when I cast it, does that count as it entering the area for the first time then? Would it make the save now?
It enters for the first time or starts its turn there, so it has to make the save the start of its next turn.
Okay. So, and then, well, and then heck, yeah, I'll quicken to cast, Mind Sliver too. Dang it.
Unfortunately for Ori, this Mind Flayer is fairly intelligent and is easily able to shrug off the Mind Sliver.
I feared as much.
That was the area you wanted for the
Oh no,
spell
I
range,
wanted just
correct?
to be like there.
Oh, down there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and with the large area of black tentacles appearing right around the Mind Flayer, we now go to Corvus.
Well, I do not fear black tentacles. I will enter my rage, so that means I no longer have telekinesis up. I'm gonna move here, and the first thing I want to do is try and make a shove attack and shove it prone.
Okay, because it is standing over the hole which leads down, if you do try to shove it prone, it will fall down the hole. Is that what you'd like to do?
I mean, if it fails its dexterity save, it will be restrained.
You know, okay. So here's what I'm gonna make a regular attack for my first attack. Just a regular reckless attack. So 25.
That will hit.
So that is 13 slashing and 4 radiant. And then for my second attack, I am going to grapple it. I'm going to try and grab it by the tentacles on its face.
Okay, making an athletics check with advantage because you're raging.
$25.
Nice.
Corvus runs up right next to this mind flayer, and after taking one strike with his glaive, he reaches forward and holds the 4 tentacles wriggling down from the face of this mind flayer and has the mind flayer grappled.
And before I end my turn, I'm going to say, you're not getting away this time.
With that, we now go to
I
Michaelmas.
like it. Okay. I will go down to the end of the stairs and I'll cast Aid on Ori and Ash and Corvus. And I'll tell Corvus, you've got him, you know what to do with him. So you can use your reaction to make an attack on him.
I will happily do that.
That will hit.
Well, sorry, I'm not trying to be a rules lawyer here. I need 2 hands to use my glaive, but if I've got one hand grabbing his face...
Oh, you're right. You would not actually be able to make an attack with your glaive if you have him grappled.
Yeah, so I've got one, I need 2 hands to use it, but I've got one hand grappling him, and I really don't want to let go of the grapple.
Could you slap him?
So
You could do a headbutt,
You can do an unarmed strike
an
instead.
unarmed strike.
all right, I'll do an unarmed strike instead.
And the unarmed strike will hit from Corvus.
For 7 bludgeoning. Wait, does rage damage apply to unarmed strikes or no? You'd think I'd know this.
Yes.
Oh, cool. So 7 bludgeoning.
Yeah. And if it doesn't, it does for this campaign. With Michaelmas running down and adding aid to everyone in the party, Corvus gets in a quick headbutt before we turn to Mari.
Alright, I'm gonna run up and try and hit him. 26 to hit.
That will hit.
And then I am going to Divine Smite. At a 2nd level. It's not undead or fiend, correct?
Correct.
So another 15 radiant. And then I'm going to try and hit it again. 3 to hit.
That will hit again.
For
Nice.
another 8. And then I'm going to Divine Smite again. This time at a 1st level. For another 6.
How would Mari like to do this?
Holy smoke!
I'm being
Yay!
very careful of Corvus's hand. She's going to try and just... she's going to go classic Corvus. She's just going to go straight for the head and try and take his head off.
Aw, man, my black tentacles.
With a taller Corvus pulling the head of the mind flare up, trying to throw off whatever it was going to do next, it presented the perfect opportunity for Mari to run up, and with a quick horizontal swing of her longsword, the body of the mind flare falls while the head hangs down by the tentacles in the hand of Corvus.
The tentacles slurp dejectedly back into the floor because they didn't get to actually bully the mind flayer at all. Well, that was a lot easier than some people wanted us to believe it would be.
Too easy.
What happened?
There's
I was
still
stunned
that
there.
hole in that cavern. We don't know what else is down there.
Did the wizard say anything else about other mind flayers around Corvus?
He did not.
Do we recognize enough about mind flayers and what they look like individually? Is this head the one that was at the Glory Road Inn?
You can make an investigation check if you like, Michaelmas. So can anyone else who'd like to.
Yeah, I'd like to.
I'm gonna hand the bloody head to Michaelmas so he can investigate it closer. And by hand it to him, I toss it at his chest.
Toss it at him.
16.
And an 18.
I'm holding it as far away from me as I can.
So Michaelmas is not able to quite tell looking at the face of the Mind Flayer. However, Mari looks at the breastplate armor of the creature and remembers that there were a couple of arrows from Ash which bounced off the armor, and Mari does not notice any indents or any signs that the breastplate deflected off any arrows recently, so it likely was not the Mind Flayer who killed Ralph.
Ah, shoot.
That's too bad. That would have been nice.
Well, down
Do we
into
want
the
to try?
hole, I guess?
Yeah. Let's see where he was trying to get to.
Yeah.
The party tosses the dead body of the Mind Flayer to the side, and underneath it they see the hole with the ladder leading down into an underground cavern. Looking down, the party notices there are several random bones sticking out from being embedded inside the wall, just like they saw previously when they were here before. But at a quick glance, no one notices anything down in the tunnel underneath.
Is it just like a straight drop down, or is it sloped, or?
Looking at it, it appears to be a straight drop down about 9 or 10 feet with a ladder going down.
I'm not using the ladder, I'm jumping down the hole.
Make an acrobatics check, Corvus. Corvus jumps straight down the hole, and unfortunately, his feet do not catch him as he falls down hard on his rump. Corvus takes 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ori peers down the hole after him and does a slow clap.
Mari was
I
going to
tossed
jump, but instead uses the ladder.
I toss the head off into the corner.
Yep.
Flick my hand trying to get the blood and ichor and gore off.
Ori will prestidigitation.
Thank you.
Why do you keep getting covered in blood, Mickey? What's the deal?
Joe is laughing. Mickey's very ticked at that comment.
Because he is a fierce warrior who bathes in the blood of his enemies.
Oh, maybe I should give that a shot. And Ori will also use the ladder, not any kind of trippy dippery.
The party all climb down the ladder into the dark underground tunnel. As they begin walking forward, they see more and more of the strange allotment of bones that are embedded and sticking out of the rough dirt wall of this tunnel. Once they move not too far forward, they see two things that they did not see before. The first is a second tunnel which appears to have been dug out from the right side of this passage. The second is a hovering yellow jellyfish-like creature that's roughly 2.5 feet in diameter, which the party recognizes from Dash's toy as a flump. However, its yellow color quickly changes to white, and the happy, content expression in its eyes quickly changes to a look of fear as Dash sprints forward, barking, and starts trying to gnaw and chew at the flump.
Dash, no!
Dash appears to ignore Mari as it now has a few of the tentacles of the flump within its mouth.
Does the flump seem aggressive?
Make an insight check.
Oh, shoot.
Do we know anything about flumps other than Chutoy?
You can make a nature check, Michaelmas. Ori is unsure, but Dash quickly runs back with the now white-colored flump in its mouth as it returns back to the party, acting like he caught a very mighty find for the party.
Dash, drop that.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals. Dash, let it go. Stop.
As Dash very reluctantly spits out the flump, the party sees a cone of this foul-smelling liquid shoot out from a few of the tentacles.
Oh, jeez.
And Dash needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Told you, Dash.
Oh, Dash.
And he fails as Dash gets covered in this foul-smelling liquid. The party sees sneeze and try to run away from the flump, as the flump itself appears to have accidentally landed on its back upside down, as its tentacles frantically wave in the air as it tries to right itself up.
Ori will kind of lean down to pick it up, and she's gonna try to use her telepathic speech and be like, just try to talk to its mind like, hey, sorry about that, can you understand me?
As Ori uses her telepathic speech ability towards the flump, it does not respond at first, but after a moment, its eyes turn to look over towards Ori, and Ori hears this very high-pitched voice within her mind speak, but it's not in a language Ori knows, it's in Undercommon.
Oh. Does anyone speak Undercommon?
No.
Nope.
I tried talking to this little friend's mind, and they just replied to me in Undercommon, so...
Ash could try with Speak with Animals.
I mean, but it's clearly not an animal if it's
I don't
speaking
think
a
it's-
language.
Yeah.
True.
I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Can you use Mage Hand to just flip it over and then we'll just be on our way?
well, she's holding it in her actual
Oh, you are?
hand.
Okay.
She picked it up. Does it...
Of course you did.
Does it seem very injured?
It does not seem injured, it seems more frightened than anything.
Oh, poor
Oh,
thing.
baby.
She'll try to pet it soothingly. Oh, it's just scared in the underground.
As Ori slowly pets the small flump, everyone sees its white color slowly turns back into a happy yellow color like it was before, and the flump slowly floats out of Ori's hands and starts resting on her head.
Ori is delighted. Oh my gosh. I need to learn Undercommon.
Is there anything down the hall other than Dash and whatever he's doing?
Make a perception check.
26.
You do not notice anything else besides Dash, who appears to reek with a very foul stench. It appears that Dash is trying his best to roll around in any muddy spots he can find on the ground, trying to wash himself off, but only getting himself even more dirty in the process.
Can I prestidigitation the stinky stuff away?
Using prestidigitation will not work on this, unfortunately.
Ah, dang.
Buddy, we'll get you a bath as soon as we're done here.
Dash lets out a little pout towards you, Mari.
So you're saying to the right is the new tunnel?
Yes, this was the new tunnel that was built. If you look towards the left, the part of the cavern where the bones continue to line the walls, that was down that way, is the lair of the Bodak, which you encountered previously.
Oh, right. We should probably check that out.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think it really matters. Probably need to check both either way.
Well, I think we should check the new one first.
Sounds good.
What is the marching order as the party moves up down the new passage?
I'll go first.
And I'm already in the back, so I'll just stay in the back.
I'll go second, I guess.
I'll go after Corvus.
That looks good.
Perfect.
As Michaelmas brings up the rear, unfortunately for him, Dash will try to rub himself and clean himself on Michaelmas's robes. Not
You're
being
so
very
mean.
successful.
Come on, Dash, stop it.
So,
Bullying. Is the flump sticking with me, or...
The flump
Is it-
is sticking with you, continuing to ride on top of your head.
I'll keep watching the colors and see if it changes colors. Particularly if it gets like white or whatever I think might be angry.
Wait,
I feel
is the
like
party
White was
going?
scared.
Okay, is the party going to try to move quickly to keep up their protection spells, or move stealthily?
Quickly.
Yeah,
Oh, I guess I shouldn't talk for everybody. I think quickly.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
They're gonna smell Dash anyways, so.
Who knows, maybe that mind flayer can like do like sending like I can and like warned folks about us.
No. Yeah, that'd be bad.
So the party quickly heads down the new tunnel here underground, and after only about 3 or 4 minutes, they find the tunnel opens up into a large underground chamber that appears to have been naturally formed, as there are several stalactites hanging down from the ceiling. But the party does not focus on the ceiling, because lying on the ground are 4 dead mind flayers, all of which appear to have crushed skulls. They see floating in a large alcove is a red tentacled abomination with a single eye in its center. 4 tentacles hang down from it, while 6 more with pale eyes stick out from the top. And in the second alcove, which holds a pond with a strange purple liquid, the party sees standing in front of it is a mind flayer that's slumped to one side, as it appears to be dragging a super large and massive and muscular and ripped arm. The party sees it as 4 tentacles in place of a hand, all of which have this strange, tiny, quadrupedal, brain-like creature in its grasp as the tentacles try to push and shove the weird brain into a large, toothy mouth that's set in the palm of this mind flayer's giant arm. As the mind flayer quickly turns towards the loud party, the party sees its skull is enlarged and strained from an oversized brain within its head, and the tentacles on its face are gone, replaced by strips of skin that are stretched over its mouth. So, everyone will need to roll for initiative again.
And is our protection spell still up?
I'd say you have 1 more minute of the protection spell. So, with the 2 new threats turning towards the party, it is Corvus who is first to react.
Cool. So I can get here, which is what I want to do. Just with my instinctive pounce, I can move half my speed when I rage. Okay, so I'm going to enter my rage, and I'm going to move to this spot. And I'm going to fire off 2 reckless attacks at the eyeball thing.
You got it. Swing away.
And yell, "Die, foul beast!"
$25 will hit.
8 slashing and 4 radiant. Same thing for the second attack, reckless.
Yes.
I believe that's 30 slashing damage. And I will end my turn right there.
Corvus pounces forward to the floating tentacled creature. After getting in 2 quick and strong and powerful strikes, we go to Ash.
Okay. I'm gonna move on up over here, so I kind of have a good look at both creatures. And I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on the guy with the really buff arm. And then I'm going to try to do a sharpshooter attack with my bow. 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay. So 21 damage, and then I will sharpshooter attack again. I don't think that's gonna hit.
The second one misses, unfortunately. While the first arrow hit into the smaller arm of the creature, the second one bounced off the strong, muscular arm and did not do any damage.
Okay, and that'll be it for me.
That will take us to Michaelmas.
Okay, I didn't take that spell. I did not. Well, rats. I will use my action to turn into a glowing angel with wings so I can fly. And I will... How tall is the cave of the building?
The cave is about 20 feet tall.
I'll fly up to the top and 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Fly to there, and that will be my turn.
With Michaelmas spreading his spectral radiant wings, we now go to the tentacled creature. It really did not like those attacks from Corvus, so 3 of its eyes are going to shoot different rays at Corvus. So first off, Corvus, make a strength saving throw.
I have advantage on those, right?
Correct.
'Cause I'm raging. Wow, only 14? That's really bad.
Yeah.
14 is still enough, though, as Corvus is able to resist a strange telekinetic effect. He feels his feet just about to be lifted off, but he's able to shrug it off and land back down on the ground. Next, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. This is advantage, too, because of your danger sense.
Oof.
Yikes. Not doing so
13,
well.
yes,
Nice.
13 is just enough, though, as 13 is a DC, as Corvus is also able to shrug off a slowing effect, determined to continue to run straight at this creature. Lastly, make a charisma saving throw.
Oof.
Wah, wah. Wait, is the DC 3? Tell me it's 3.
It is 3 plus 10.
No.
So with Corvus focused on 2 of the eyes, he's unable to avert his gaze from the aversion ray, as Corvus now has disadvantage on attack rolls for 1 minute. And with that, it is now Ori's turn.
Is protection from evil and good still up?
Yes, you have 1 minute left on it.
Okay. Well, Ori's gonna go here, and she's gonna heightened cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp on this weird, big-armed creature. Disadvantage, because I heightened cast it.
Oh, that's right.
Come on!
Unfortunately for Ori, this strong aberration is easily able to get out of the grasp of the
Silvery
earthen
barbs.
hand.
No way.
Alright, I'm gonna give, I'll give Corvus advantage on his next D20. And that's all for Ori.
Because Ori's earthen grasp was not quite able to hold and grapple this strange mind flayer, even with the silvery barbs, the mind flayer is going to run forward 15 feet and slam its large fist down into the ground, which means Corvus, Ash, Ori, and Michaelmas need to make intelligence saving throws.
Oh, jeez.
From a fist blow? Ah!
Hey, 17. That's pretty good for me.
Four.
11.
Oh,
Nice.
So
I
as
think
the
you have
creature,
advantage, Corvus. I don't know if 17 counts. It would be
17 is enough. So while Corvus and Ori are able to shrug off the strange psychic boom which somehow emanated from the creature's fist, Michaelmas and Ash both take 25 points of psychic damage, as both of them are now stunned for 1 minute.
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not stunned. I'm down.
oh.
Exactly down.
Oh boy.
And seeing Ash go down, the Mind Flayer will use the rest of its movement to move right next to Ash. And with that, it is now Mari's turn. Oh, also, Michaelmas needs to make a concentration check to see if he still has the protection from evil and good spell up.
I think I clicked it. Doesn't seem to be going through. I'll try again. There we go.
That is
16.
enough. So with Michaelmas stunned and Ash falling unconscious, it is now Mari's turn.
I'm gonna run up on it and try and hit it. 25 to hit.
25 will hit.
And I'm gonna Divine Smite at a second level. For another 5. That's bad. And then I'm going to try and hit it again. Oof.
Unfortunately, 9 misses. While your first strike, you were able to hit its weak arm, it went around and parried your second strike with its large muscular arm.
And then I'm gonna bonus action get a spell slot back with my harness divine power. And that is my turn.
So I was flying when I got stunned. Can I still be flying, or what happens there?
That is a good question. You do not hover with your flight, which means you would have fallen down to the ground. And because you were 20 feet up, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oof.
With Michaelmas prone and stunned on the ground, is Corvus's turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna move to that spot.
And that falling damage dropped my protection from good and evil. So Corvus, you don't have protection anymore?
That's okay. And I want to make a grapple against this thing.
Corvus shows no fear and is able to grapple the large arm of the Mind Flayer, preventing it from moving.
So I moved 30 feet, so I have 10 feet of movement left. And if I drag this thing away, I can drag it at least 5 feet away from Ash, right?
Correct.
Alright, so I'm going to drag it 5 feet away from Ash. And then since I have it grappled, I'm going to make an unarmed strike against it. Just try and headbutt it again. Or no, I'm going to try and kick it where I think its groin is.
All right,
Nice.
Corvus, go for it.
Unarmed strike. I can't do reckless attack with unarmed strike, can I? No, you need a weapon for unarmed strike.
Yes, you can actually. However, because you have You have disadvantage from the aversion from Mind Witness, but advantage from Silvery Barb, so this would be a straight roll on this attack.
Great roll. Okay.
Yeah. That will hit.
Nice.
Oh yeah, for 7 bludgeoning and 4 radiant damage. And yeah, that's all I can do. Just gonna stay here.
And after Corvus kicks the Mind Flayer between its legs, Corvus does not sense any reaction that he hits any particularly painful areas, but still appeared to hurt somewhat. So, Ash, make a death saving throw.
Ha ha ha! I have a hit
Yeah!
The party sees Ash suddenly open his
Nice.
eyes.
point. And then I get my turn, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I'm gonna just use half my movement to stand up. And then I'm gonna back away from this thing.
Before you do that, Ash, you do realize that with the long arm and tentacles from the creature, you are still within its attack range.
Got it. Okay. Well then, I'm going to go ahead and I want to cast Healing Spirit as a bonus action on myself, right on the square I'm standing on, so I'll get a d6 of healing. So I get 5 more hit points. And sure, why not? Corvus has this thing grappled, so I'm just gonna start shooting at it. So I'll just do sharpshooter again at it. 13 to hit.
13 will miss as another arrow bounces off its breastplate armor.
Right, and then I'll do sharpshooter attack again.
Oof.
And that will also miss.
The second one goes wide right past its head, almost hitting Corvus.
I was almost dead, guys. I'm just still a little hazy.
Yeah, you're shaking up a bit.
You're doing great.
And with the party trying to give encouragement to Ash, it is now Michaelmas' turn.
And what save do I need to make?
Be an intelligence
Get out of
saving
this.
throw.
Oh,
No.
That is unfortunately not a success.
Okay.
Which means the tentacled creature will take its turn. It will fly forward 20 feet. And it's still not liking Corvus, and seeing it has the Mind Flayer grappled, is going to make 3 more random eye attacks at Corvus. So, Corvus, first, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
nice.
16.
Corvus feels his body about to be stunned until he wills himself through the effect. And with you already affected from the aversion ray, we'll move to the third attack, which requires a dexterity saving throw.
Hey,
Yes.
Corvus once again feels one of the eye rays try to slow him down, but Corvus, since he has this strange Mind Flayer grappled, is determined to not let anything slow him down or stop him. So that will take us to Ori.
Okay, well this thing moved into my range, so I'm going to direct the Earthen Grasp to try to get at the tentacle monster. So it can make a strength save. Silvery barbs.
The tentacle creature will try again and will fail as it gets completely distracted from the spell from Ori and is now grappled within the earthen hand.
I'm gonna give Mickey the advantage.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Please save. Please save against Done. And I guess I'm also in this big arm guy's range, right? So
Correct.
I will not move, and that will be my turn.
The Mind Flayer is going to see if it has its Psychic Boom ability back.
No.
It does not.
Silvery barbs on rolling to recharge.
So it is going to look over towards you, Corvus. Corvus, make a Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, I don't like this. Eight.
Corvus suddenly feels himself become friendly towards this Mind Flayer and feel a sudden
no.
urge to attack his companions.
Oh no.
As Corvus's face turns towards the rest of the party, it is now Mari's turn.
I am going to step up and try and hit it. Does it have to do con saves on whatever he's doing to Corvus?
You do not know. Actually, if you want, I let you try to make a reaction to make an Arcana check to see if you can identify the spell.
I better keep my reaction just in case. And also my Arcana is not great. 21 to hit for 8 damage.
That will hit.
And then I'm going to Divine Smite at a first level for another 9. Then I'm going to try and hit it again. 13.
13 will miss, unfortunately. While you're able to hit it with one of its attacks, it was able to move out of the way and avoid the second attack, but it will still need to make a con save. And will fail.
Yes.
And with the first attack, Corvus suddenly realizes that the creature almost caused him to turn against the party.
Oh, thank you, Mari. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Nice.
In that case, I'm going to move one more, so I'm right here.
Aw.
It's mostly so if it attacks Corvus again, Corvus is within 5 feet and I can Sentinel.
Yeah, that's great.
With Mari moving even closer, we now turn to Corvus.
Is this water right here?
You don't think it's water, it's some kind of purple liquid.
Okay. Let's see. Then I'm gonna drag. Do I still have this thing grappled?
Yes, you do.
Then I'm gonna move it another 20 feet away. Yeah, right there's fine, I guess. So I'm gonna drag it another 20 feet and make 2 more unarmed strikes.
Okay. After you move there, you see the small brain-like creature which the Mind Flayer was trying to eat suddenly sees you approaching as it then dives down into the pond and disappears.
So did you say I can do reckless attack with unarmed strikes? Because I'm trying to offset.
Yes, you can.
I'm trying to offset the disadvantage from that charisma save I-beam that I failed.
Yes, you can do reckless on unarmed strikes.
Okay, so then it'd just be a straight roll, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, 25.
That will hit.
7 bludgeoning and 8 radiant, and I'll make another unarmed strike.
That will also hit.
For another 7 bludgeoning. And yeah, I guess I'm just gonna end my turn here.
After Corvus drags this mind flayer closer to the strange purple pool, with his free hand, he shoots 2 quick punches right into the face of this creature as it looks very dazed and weak, but is still standing. So that will take us back to Ash.
Okay, so start of my turn, I'm gonna use the healing spirit. Gain 5
Yeah.
more hit points. And then I am just going to go ahead and try to shoot the other tentacle eyeball creature.
It is restrained, so advantage.
Okay.
It's not restrained, it's just grappled, right? Oh, the eyeball creature.
No, eyeball creature's
Eyeball
restrained.
creature.
Alright, so I'm gonna do a sharpshooter attack on it.
Oh,
Again, I miss. I assume. And
Yes,
then-
it was such a close shot too, but it just went between 2 cross tentacles right underneath them.
and I'm gonna sharpshooter attack it again.
okay.
17.
That one will hit.
Okay.
You do
I
get
can't
Colossus Slayer.
Yep, I was wondering if it had taken damage.
Did you get sneak attack?
Woo!
Yep, I would get sneak attack since I had advantage. So
Yeah.
27 damage. And then, it's a bonus action. I'm gonna cunning action dodge.
With Ash turning his direction towards the tentacled creature, that will take us to Michaelmas.
Come on, baby. Oh, I'm at advantage.
Yep.
Yes.
That is enough, as Michaelmas finally shrugs off the stunning effect and can now move normally on his next turn. I do believe the saving throw is at the end of your turn. I can double check that. Yes, at the end of the
Okay.
turn. But at the moment, you are no
Okay.
longer stunned.
Welcome back, buddy.
Yay!
So
Can
now
I? Oh, so I can't move. I'm still down. Then, right?
you are also still prone, correct?
Okay. Yep.
So now the tentacled creature will turn his attention away from Corvus and towards Ash. So I first need Ash to make an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
That's the aura, right?
13.
13 is just enough to avoid the psychic damage shooting into your mind. Even though you're able to shrug it off, you also need to make a charisma saving throw.
14.
14 sees the same aversion ray that hit Corvus try to affect him, but Ash is able to avoid the effect. Lastly, make a wisdom saving throw.
21.
Nice.
Ash has a small moment of fear, but realizing the party can defeat these creatures, he's able to resist the last eye ray.
That aura is clutch.
It's so paladins are so good.
I like
Yes,
to think
they
it was
are.
my dodge. I'd like to think it was my dodge action.
Yeah, it was fully the
I
dodging.
mentally dodged. I didn't,
You're right, it was fully the dodging that did it.
I believe at level 18 that aura extends out to 30 feet too. So
It does. I can't wait.
What? Alright, so Aura's gonna use her turn to crush the tentacle. Can use to make a strength save.
Nice.
3 full damage. Eat it.
Unfortunately for Ori, that creature does not appear to have a mouth.
And that'll be all.
And with Ori crushing the tentacled creature, the Mind Flayer is going to see if it has its Psychic Boom back up, which it does not. So instead, is going to make an attack against Corvus.
with advantage because I did a reckless attack, so...
Yes, the tentacles on the creature's arm are going to try to wrap around Corvus,
Ooh, that hits.
which will hit for 6 points of bludgeoning damage and 8 points of psychic damage. And with that, Corvus needs to make an intelligence saving throw. Unfortunately for Corvus, Corvus feels his entire body become stunned as the tentacles have Corvus's head grappled. It looks like the creature is trying to push and pull Corvus's head into the toothy mouth in the palm of its giant arm.
No.
And with that, we go to Mari.
Probably unadvisedly, I'm gonna roll up right between these two, and I'm gonna attack the one that has, or that Corvus has, or maybe it has Corvus now first.
They have each other.
19.
That will
7.
hit.
Let me just check my spell slots. Yeah, I'm gonna Divine Smite it.
Seems a particularly unhealthy relationship, I would have to say.
Yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
absolutely.
For another 11, so 18 total, and then I'm gonna...
And with the first smite, Mari is able to cut off the giant arm of the creature, and it falls down dead on the ground.
Beautiful.
Just a divine intervention needed.
Nice.
So I'm gonna turn around and hit the other one.
With
You get
advantage!
advantage on this because it is restrained.
Aww. How exciting. 19?
Yes.
That will also hit.
And then I might as well Divine Smite. For another 6, so 15 total.
How would Mari like to do this?
I am just having such a
Yay.
great time. I want to right through one of the, like the biggest eye.
Yeah.
Mari thrusts her sword forward, piercing the center eye of this strange tentacle creature, and everyone sees the shining radiant energy fill up the creature before it explodes into nothing but goo.
Wow. Oh, Mari. Wow.
Again, this has been almost too easy. Is Corvus still stunned?
Corvus, make an intelligence saving throw. Oh, actually, the stun lasts until the grapple ends, so Corvus is no
Okay.
longer stunned.
Okay.
Just slap him.
I was gonna say, can I walk up and slap him?
I was hoping that I was still stunned and just like holding it by the throat or something.
I'm gonna use the last 2 healing spirit charges on myself.
I do want to say Mari's still a little too like adrenaline, and so she like walks up to Corvus and it's like, hey, and like not a full force slap, but like smacks him on the face. You with us?
Ori would like to try to use shape water on this purple liquid and see what happens.
Nice.
Let me double check shape water quick.
So, Ash, do you have arrows that you could spare that we could? I didn't like the mind flayer vampires that we had before. If we can like stake these guys in the heart before the vampires.
Sure. I mean,
Have anything?
There's a couple arrows sitting around, right? That you already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, I can use the unbreakable arrow too and just stab each one repeatedly.
So while this liquid is not just water, it is partially water, so I'd say Ori is able to use shape water on this pond.
Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna bring like a little bit of it like near my face and try to like sniff it. Does it smell like anything?
Make an investigation check.
If I fly over the waters, can I see the brain in there anywhere?
Make a perception check, Michaelmas. As Michaelmas looks into the pond, Michaelmas does not see the brain creature, but he does notice a few tadpoles moving around in the fluid. And while Ori smells the fluid, it's definitely not normal water. You're not quite sure what it is.
He'll just return it to the puddle, pond, whatever.
I burn every tadpole that I can see.
The babies. Mickey,
Oh
what are
yeah.
you doing over there?
The party watches as Michaelmas uses the last of his flying movement to fly over the pond and fire off a series of sacred flames. And after several burning sacred flames which bubble up the pool, the party does see the dead brain-like creature along with dozens of dead tadpoles slowly rise up and float on top of the pond.
If I pick up one of the tadpoles and like look at it, does it look like a normal tadpole?
Make a nature check.
I show it to Ash. Is this normal?
Sure, let me look. I'll make a nature check.
Ash is
Looks
not
normal
sure.
to me.
Okay, well that's good. As long as they're normal. Throws it back in the pond.
Ash, I'm gonna lay on hands you for 15.
Thank you.
I don't know why I'm gonna bother to ask, but Corvus, how are you doing?
I am uninjured.
Corvus, that's obviously a lie.
I walk up to him and I just pat him on the back and give him 10.
Ori
he doesn't
is
even know.
out of sorcery points now because she just could not resist just burning through them. in that first.
Let's get out of here.
I want to go around the room and just stab each one of these things, make sure they're dead, and then try to loot the bodies if there's anything worthwhile.
Okay, make an investigation check, Ash.
What do we think they were doing that they killed these? I assume they killed the mind flayers.
Well, I wonder if the big one was trying to feed off of the other one's brain power and get swole in his right arm. Or left arm.
Do you think the
whichever
one that we killed first that was hiding, was it hiding from this?
Do any of these, the breastplates, look like they've got Ash's arrow marks on them?
Make an investigation check, Michaelmas.
I am so not good at this.
In the meantime, as Ash is making sure to stab all of the dead mind flayers and looking around, he does notice a few chests over in the alcove that does not have a pond over here. And between the bodies and some of the chests, Ash finds 1,000 gold pieces.
Ow.
Sweet.
Ash also notices one of the chests has several empty and shard potion bottles. But looking down underneath, it appears that there was one potion bottle which was not actually emptied. It's curious because as Ash lifts it up, it feels like it's full, but he does not actually see anything inside of it.
Ooh.
Hey, Mari,
Yeah,
want to use the wand on this thing?
sure. I used the wand.
On an empty bottle?
It feels like it's full.
Huh.
Seems like a waste of the use, but yeah, let's go for it. What do I know?
Mari uses the wand on the strange potion bottle and finds that it is a potion of invisibility.
Ooh. An
So
hour.
I cast Cure Wounds on myself at 3rd level. Is Corvus looking like he's in the bloodied state, or is he better than
Definitely
now?
not bloodied.
I'd love to carry all this gold, but I think we should split it up evenly.
Okay, so we each get 500.
200.
200, that's what I meant. Divided by 5 becomes 200. Not divided by 2 becomes 500.
As the party is talking about splitting up the gold, they realize that Dash is once again chasing the Flumph until the Flumph hides behind Ori.
Not that! No!
Ori, make an
Bad.
animal handling check.
Haha.
Dash seems to pout as he slowly walks away from you, although he still smells terrible.
I'm gonna throw the actual Flumph toy towards Dash, so he can chew on that instead.
Make an animal handling check, Ash.
Oh,
He's just gonna come back for the real one now.
Ash does not seem super interested in his flump toy at the moment.
Alright, I'll pick it up so I don't lose it.
so we probably want to check out that layer again, though, right?
Yeah, just make sure the tunnels are clear.
Oh, we're here.
Do you think the identify? Well, I guess it's for magic items. It wouldn't be able to identify whatever this liquid is, I guess, unless it's all a potion, which seems unlikely.
We could
That's
try.
It's a potion of enlargement. All you have to do is drink it all.
Challenge accepted.
Do you want me to try?
Here, I'll try. Let me try the wand of magic detection first, because we use that a little less frequently. So,
There you go.
I'll see if it's magical first, with the wand of magic detection.
So Ori uses her magic wand and aims it at this purple pond and finds that the pond is not magical.
Yeah, don't waste the charge. It's
All right.
It's mundane, weird but mundane.
Aren't we all? All right, let's
No,
try
you're
the other
not.
tunnel.
You're very magical. I saw what you did to those monsters.
It was just a joke.
I don't like hearing
Thanks.
that kind of a joke. But yeah, let's check out the other spot.
As the party moves on down the tunnels, the flump will return back on top of Ori's head, giving her a small head massage.
Oh my god,
Oh,
this is amazing.
cutie.
What is the marching order as you continue on? Do you want, was it Mari and Corvus up front?
Yeah.
How are you doing for hit points, Ash? Did you get
Well,
back up?
I'm
Good?
I'm good. Between my healing spirit and lay on hands, I'm good.
Do you feel good, Mickey? I've got some lay on hands left if you need a little more.
Yep. I'm doing well.
Mari's protection from good and evil spell is no longer up. So would the party like to move stealthily or cast the spells again and try to move quickly? What would you like to do?
If you want to preserve the spell slot, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we just go normal speed.
Yeah. Honestly, there's probably no need for stealth either. We've been pretty loud.
Yeah.
Let's just add in like a bunch of dummies.
So the Crown Gall decides not to be stealthy and instead heads down to the location of where they found the Bodak on a previous adventure. And as they get to the large chamber, they find it looks very different from their first visit here. They see all the candles that were lighting the 20-foot tall chamber are gone, leaving the chamber in total darkness. The statues of Tashan and Andad have also been destroyed. But the party sees there are now 3 hovering tentacle creatures who appear to be searching through the remaining rubble, trying to find anything of use. 2 of them are small and green, which each have 4 eye stalk tentacles. The third is slightly larger and orange, with 6 eye stalks. But unlike the previous tentacle creature they fought, all 3 of these have a large, toothy mouth with needle-like teeth underneath their center eyes. And speaking of their center eyes, all of them turn and look towards the party, which is not trying to be stealthy at all. So, everyone will need to roll for initiative again.
Too high. Another great music choice, by the way.
Oh, thank you. This is a track from Tabletop Audio, which has some free use, non-copyrighted music, which you can use. Shout out. Not sponsored, but hey, they're awesome, so big shout out from them. And before we start this combat, we're actually going to take a 5-minute break right now, since I need to go get some more water. The first up is actually one of the tentacled creatures.
Almost never happens that Ash doesn't go first.
The creature is going to move sideways. Is going to shoot 2 rays, one at Mari and one at Corvus, since those two are the 2 closest ones. So first, Mari, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
22.
Mari feels this wounding necrotic energy try to seek into her body, but she's able to shrug it off and resist the effect. Corvus, make a wisdom saving throw.
4.
Unfortunately, unfortunately for Corvus, even standing inside Mari's aura of protection is unable to prevent him from feeling confused. So on your turn, you cannot move and have to use your action to make an attack against a random creature within your range.
Oh no.
So that will take us to Ash, as Ash sees Corvus suddenly look very confused.
Okay. Let's see. 5, 10. Alright, I'm going to bonus action, cunning action, dash. Go about there. And then I'm going to take my longbow and I'm going to sharpshooter attack the red one because it just shot some rays at my friends. 17 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, that's 21, and then I'll sharpshooter attack it again. 11.
11 misses, unfortunately. After getting hit in its backside by your first well-aimed arrow, it turns around and is able to dodge and avoid the second arrow.
And that'll be it for me.
Corvus, I need you to roll 1d5 or 1d6 and reroll any 6s.
Not the flump!
Hit the flump!
Not the flump!
5.
Instead, Corvus makes an attack towards Dash.
Oh no!
Oh.
I really wanted it to be me.
Jacob, I'm going to let you decide. Do I do a reckless attack or no?
Corvus always goes reckless, so yes, reckless.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I would say silvery barbs, but I don't think it would even help. I think you'd still hit.
That does hit in case Ori would like to use silvery barbs.
Can I know Dash's AC? Or no?
I'd say you would not know.
All right, then I'm not gonna. I don't think. I think it's too likely he'd hit him anyways. Holy smokes!
And with that strike, Dash falls unconscious.
Oh, baby.
It's not raging yet, right?
No, yeah, not
Oh, he's not raging, no, but Dash would still fall unconscious.
Oh my god!
And with that is now Michaelmoss's turn. Oh wait, before that happens...
Is Corvus gonna save?
Oh, the confusing effect only lasts for 1 round, so Corvus, right after hitting Dash with a strike from his glaive, is very confused about why he did that.
Oh.
So, Michaelmoss, it's now your turn.
Save Dash!
The important things.
Yes!
So, I can, since he's not going to hit me anymore, I will move to there. Right. Yeah. And I'll cast Aid on Ash and Dash and myself. And I'll tell Ash to get the red guy that he's been going for, take him down.
Question about aid, since this is the second time you've used it in 8 hours. Do we get the benefit
It
from
overrides the first one.
It overrides,
Yeah, it overrides
the
the
first
first one.
one. Okay.
Yeah, you can only be under the effect of the same spell once, so you
Got
can't
it.
cast. So, for example, for like Pass Without Trace, 2 people can't cast that
Yep.
to give you plus 20.
Perfect. So this one just overrides the first one. Okay.
Correct.
And you said you want me to shoot at
Hit
something? Red? Okay.
Red. Yep.
Shoot it with my longbow.
Nice.
26 to hit.
That will hit, as that creature is now bloodied from the second arrow from Ash.
And it gets Colossus Slayer as well.
Anything else for your turn, Mickey?
No. So, Dash is now no longer unconscious. Draw 5 points.
So, with Dash awake and Michaelmas renewing aid towards the party, that will take us to Mari.
I'm gonna run over to this blue one and start hitting it. Crit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use my use a second level Divine Smite.
You got it.
That's the only spell slot I have left for another 29.
Oh!
Dang.
As Mari sends a Divine Smite straight down on top of this creature, she hears the loud cracking of its skull as it's barely floating, its long tongue lolling out the side of its mouth.
Cool. I'm gonna try and hit it again.
Yes.
19 to hit for another 14.
And easily, with one last strike, Mari is able to cut down and kill that floating creature.
I'm gonna use my second Channel Divinity to get a second level spell slot back. It's my bonus action, and that is my turn.
Gosh.
The floating orange creature is going to move to right there. It is going to fire 3 rays, one at each of Ash, Michaelmas, and Mari. So first off to Ash, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
7.
Unfortunately for Ash, he feels this drowsy sensation wash over him. He suddenly falls prone as he falls asleep.
Cool.
That's not terrible.
Was tired anyway.
Michaelmas needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Did that go through? It didn't go through. 11.
Michaelmas takes 13 points of necrotic damage as he feels this strange necrotic sensation wash through his body, sucking out some of his life.
No.
Mari, make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I'm
There we
on
go.
fire tonight.
Mari sees one of the eyes of the creature look towards her sword, and while it tries to affect her sword with one of the rays, Mari is easily able to throw her sword back and avoid it from being affected by the ray. With that, we now go to Ori.
Ori's gonna cast fireballs centered here. And yeah.
Oh. Baby.
Ha!
Yes.
Ha! Burn! Burn!
So the party sees the second green tentacle creature burst into flames before falling down dead. but the last 6-tentacled creature is still alive and now looking very worried after that large fireball.
Actually, Ori's gonna move away from Corvus.
Not the worst idea.
What, you can't handle my strikes?
Nope. Neither can the Flump.
As Ori moves, she does feel the tentacles of the Flump grip onto her head just a little bit tighter.
Oh.
But with that, we now go back to Ash.
Alright, I'm gonna take a... Oh, I'm asleep. Never mind. I can't do anything, I'm asleep.
He snores heavily.
Unless there's a save I can make, but...
There is no save. Someone will have to use an action to wake you up. Otherwise, I believe it lasts 1 minute.
Oh,
Dang.
just gonna keep sleeping then.
Sweet dreams.
I'm so excited for my turn, and then I'm like, oh wait.
Oh,
Oh, although someone did bring up a good point. Does Ash snore?
I don't think so.
So he's very unlike you in real life.
Yeah. I'd be a pretty bad scout if I was
Good point.
snoring all the time.
And with Ash silently sleeping, we go to Corvus, who is no longer confused.
I'm gonna move here. I am... This is the thing that cast confusion on me, right? This monster right in front of me?
No, it was one of the green ones.
Oh, darn it. Alright. Well, that's fine. I'm angry about being confused, so... I'm going to make 2 reckless attacks using Great Weapon Master, and hopefully smash it.
The first attack will miss, unfortunately, as in his blind rage running up, Corvus accidentally missteps and misses. The second attack, though, will hit.
So that's 24 slashing and 8 radiant. And then
And
Yeah.
you're raging too, correct?
I am not raging.
Or not raging?
I'm not raging. So I'm going to use my bonus action to try and hit it with the blunt end. Using Reckless and Great Weapon Master. Well darn.
Unfortunately, as Corvus whips his glaive around, trying to hit the creature with the blunt end of his weapon, he unfortunately misses, as the uppercut with his attack whiffed right next to the creature.
That's it for me.
That'll take us to Michaelmas.
So how hurting is it?
The creature is very injured right now.
Okay. Then I'm gonna call the Sacred Flames down on it. Ah, really? 2 and a
Aw.
1. Crank.
Unfortunately, the creature is able to see the radiant flames before they hit him and is able to avoid your cantrip.
It's a good thing.
Yeah. So I have 5 feet of movement left. After it, can I walk over Ash and hey, get up?
And we'll take an action to wake him
A
up.
full action. Okay.
Although he will wake up from damage, so if there's a bonus action spell that can deal him damage, that would theoretically wake him up.
Ooh.
I should have Sacred Flamed him 3.
For 3, yeah.
If you had, it would have been like 30.
I'm done.
Okay, will Mari get the third? How do you want to do this?
I'm gonna certainly try. No.
The first attack misses, unfortunately,
Oh.
along with the second, as Mari is starting to feel a little bit tired from all the fighting the party has done as they've been rushing through this underground area.
Getting a little too confident. That's it.
Alright, the last tentacled creature is going to shoot 1 ray at Ash, 1 ray at Corvus, and 1 ray at Mari. So,
At Ash, even though he's sleeping?
oh, sorry. Let's do a Michaelmas, Corvus, and Mari. So, Michaelmas, make a Constitution saving throw. Michaelmas suddenly feels his body seize up as he is now paralyzed for 1 minute. You
Do I get
can
to
repeat
sentinel?
the save at the end of your turn. Oh wait, that's the wrong ray. Sorry, Corvus instead needs to make a dexterity saving throw. Corvus sees one of the rays of this creature move and try to hit Corvus's weapon, but Corvus is able to shrug it off and avoid the effect. Mari needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
23.
Mari feels a drowsy sensation wash over her too, but unlike Ash, Mari is able to will herself through it and not fall asleep.
Do I get to use Sentinel?
This is not technically an attack, so no.
Okay. Had to ask.
With that, we now go to Ori.
Ori will cast Magic Missile at 2nd level.
How would Ori like to do this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're just gonna kind of like crest over the heads of Mari and Corvus and come piercing down into this tentacle thing from all directions.
The magic missiles shoot out of Ori's hands and skin right above the hair of Corvus and Mari before crashing down into this creature. Unfortunately for both Mari and Corvus, the body of this creature explodes, and both Mari and Corvus need to make dexterity saving throws.
$21. 16.
16.
So while Mari and Corvus are able to see the explosion coming and move out of the way, they each still take 5 points of force damage.
Sorry about that.
With
Alright.
that, the chamber falls silent.
Is Ash okay?
I mean, not loudly, but you know.
Michaelmas cannot speak as he's paralyzed, but he can
Oh.
repeat the saving throw at the end of each of his turns. It'll only last a minute, though.
That was a what? A Constitution?
Yes. After one round, Michaelmas is no longer paralyzed.
Whew.
Then I'll try and shake Ash awake.
With a quick shake from Mari, Ash then wakes up, realizing he somehow fell asleep in the middle of combat.
That's a new one.
What'd I miss?
Story getting that last kill.
Yeah, there's a.
I think I missed all the kills.
I guess the explosion was kind of cool. If unfortunate.
It was really cool.
Ori will clean up Mari at least from the tiny guts. I don't know how Corvus would feel about that. Do you want me to clean up the guts for you, Corvus?
No, I prefer to be covered in the blood of my enemies.
Somehow I figured that might be what you said. So
And
just
then,
Mari.
to add to it, I'm gonna pick up one of these things
No.
and like squeeze it above my head. That it's like a
Ew.
blood and guts shower.
Oh.
Ori
Just to
does.
illustrate the point.
Yes, Ori does not notice this, but everyone else in the party sees the flump on Ori's head. Suddenly turns into this sickly green color as the flump looks disgusted and queasy.
So, when we got in this room, it looked like the creatures were trying to find something.
Yeah, can we look around and
Yeah, is there
see what
is there
they might-
something that they were looking for in here?
Make an investigation check. Looking around, Ash is not able to find anything within the rubble of what once was statues. Ash has a feeling that the creatures probably did not get here too much longer. The creatures probably did not have a long time to look through the rubble, is Ash's best guess.
Okay.
Welp, should we try and head topside?
Yeah. This seems pretty well cleared out.
The party heads out of the underground passage back up into the abandoned home, and as they get back out, they see the late afternoon sun beating down hard on the city of Lux. As they do walk out, there are several people walking by who have very odd and disgusted reactions. Some of them are also scared reactions as they see Corvus covered in the blood of his enemies, just as Corvus likes it.
Anyone hungry?
I don't know if we're gonna get seated anywhere, but we could look for a street vendor again, I guess.
Yeah, let's at least look for a street vendor. I'm starving.
Where's that guy with the deep fried meat sticks?
You and your meat sticks.
I mean, I'd like to try something else if there's other options. You know, variety and all that.
Or like a food truck alley.
Food cart.
A food cart alley.
The party begins making their way towards the eastern district of Lux, where they've seen an alley in street which does have several food vendors. However, they're not even halfway there when they realize that many people walking by have very disgusted looks on their face, partially from Corvus and partially from Dash, who still reeks and smells and is looking very down at the moment.
Aww. I don't think I can do for him.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals again, and then I'm just gonna tell him, like, hey, Corvus wasn't himself when he attacked you. You know, that wasn't him. That was the enemy. So you shouldn't, you know, be mad at him for it. It wasn't his fault.
I know, but I still don't feel too good.
Would you like to play with your squeaky toy?
No,
pull
the
out
bigger one's
pull
better.
the toy. Oh, okay. I get it.
Maybe he wants
Did
to
it
go back
come
to the
along
inn.
with?
Yes, it appears the flump is also still on top of Ori's head.
I'm sure. Excuse me. That's why people are staring. It has nothing to do with Dash or Corvus.
Right.
It's your hat.
Not a hat, it's a friend. Corvus,
We kn-
can I please clean you up, actually? I think we're upsetting folks.
Corvus is gonna let out a very exasperated sigh and say, "Fine."
Thank you.
With a quick prestidigitation, Corvus no longer looks or smells disgusting.
Being around you people has made me soft.
And you love it.
I don't suppose we know anybody that can understand Undercommon and can also talk telepathically. For the flump.
We could drive a roll.
You think Varol knows Undercommon?
He's kind of a bookie kind of guy.
Yeah.
So maybe.
I would almost think we'd have an easier time finding someone in the Black Rose who speaks Undercommon, but We could try Varol first. He's less likely to want something in return.
I don't like the idea of continually going to the Black Rose for things.
No, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you know what? No, I wouldn't go to them for this. But I don't think it was a bad idea to let them know about the mind flayers being about.
Oh no, not at all. No, I just don't think we
Okay.
should make it a habit to like ask things of them.
Sure. That's probably a good point.
All right, I don't think we're gonna get any service from anybody. Should we head back to the inn and see if we can rustle ourselves up some food even?
Clean up.
Try
Yeah.
to wash Dash off, I guess.
This
Yeah.
is probably a fool's errand.
The party heads back to the Gloria Road Inn, and after they walk in, Gloria walks out and immediately sees the very depressed Dash, so she'll lean down and say, "Oh, what's wrong? Oh.
Oh.
Smells like someone
Sorry.
needs a bath."
We should have warned you.
Do you have any tomato sauce or lemon juice, maybe?
Oh, I'm sure I can find something that'll help him get nice and clean.
Well, hopefully.
Thank you, Gloria.
Gloria will walking back and eventually find some vinegar to help with the smell. And after a quick bath, Dash is no longer smelling terrible from the spray of the flump.
Oh, good.
Feeling better, buddy?
Ruff, ruff! Oh, and is this your new pet? Gloria asks, somewhat confused as she sees the flump.
Yes.
Nice.
um,
So, Corey, do you know anyone who speaks Undercommon? You know lots of people.
Undercommon? Well, I don't know too many people. There were these two traders who come in every once in a while, but they're normally here in the fall. Coming in right before winter starts. Probably won't be seeing them for another few months still.
Okay.
Ori will attempt to offer the flump food, like maybe a little bit of fruit, maybe a little bit of bread, maybe a little bit of meat. See if it goes for anything.
The flump will stare very curiously at all the food that is offered to it by Ori. It will nibble at everything before turning slightly green, as it doesn't appear to like any of the food that Ori gives it.
Oh no! She'll try to pat it soothingly, be like, oh, obviously doesn't understand her, but she'll be like, I'm sorry.
At which point Ori will hear the voice of Malum in her left ear say, "You know, I don't think it can understand you saying you're sorry."
Well, maybe it's like dogs, maybe they can understand tone. Hey, do you speak Undercommon?
At which point Riddick will speak in her left ear and say, "We might know Undercommon."
Could you speak with the flump through my telepathic speech?
There's no way they're gonna say what you want them to say. I know you're not having this conversation out loud, but...
Actually, Ori did not specify this was in her head, so the rest of the party did hear her start talking to herself.
Aw, jeez.
Alright, then Mari does say, if you're talking to your two friends, do you think they'll actually say what you want them to say to this poor creature?
Was I saying that out loud?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
You're getting a little too comfortable chatting with them.
Well.
She's laughing as she says that. It's not,
Oh, I mean, Ori's not hurt. She's mostly a little embarrassed that she was talking out loud to them.
Malum will reply, "I mean, of course we'll translate. I mean, how hard can it be? You can trust us, right?"
Oh. Well, now I don't.
Riddick will say, Really? After all we've been through?
Yeah, I would trust you with something more serious, I think, but not this.
Oh, come on. What's the worst we can do?
This is in my head now that Mari has pointed it out to me. You could be mean to my new little friend.
Oh, come on. We're not going to be mean to that thing.
See, you just called it a thing.
Well, I mean, it is a thing. A flump is a thing. You're a thing. Technically. Maybe. Probably.
Creatures and things are different categories in my head, and I don't like to conflate them.
I agree to disagree. After a moment, Gloria will come back out with a salad, a large salad bowl, and she'll say, "Well, unfortunately, I didn't really have much time to cook anything for y'all, but I figured I'd make a salad with some of our veggies before they go bad. So I hope you enjoy."
This is wonderful. Thank you.
This is lovely. Are you still open for business then right now, or are you still kind of closed?
Open, yes, for anyone who wants to rent a room, but we still haven't had... I'm afraid you are the only people who've come in here since what happened to Ralph.
Is it because they're afraid, or because they're giving you time to get your
Affairs
grieving
together.
done, and get your grieving done and settle things? And
I'm afraid it's because people are afraid that they might get attacked too in here.
I almost hate to voice it out loud, but do you think, would people be less afraid if we weren't here? Do you think we're the holdup?
No, I don't think you're the holdup, and if you were, it's nice having you around.
Okay. If you ever feel like that changes, please let us know.
Oh no, oh no, you lot have done so much for me, I'd never kick you out.
What time is it now?
By now, let's say it's around 5 p.m.
Okay.
Once you've had time to eat dinner.
Well, yeah, I think I would want to go to Dr. Valori about speaking Undercommon, maybe try to research this little guy. Figure out what they would want to eat.
Do I think it would be a good time to find him? What do I know about his activities?
I assume he never leaves.
Yeah.
Best you know about Varol, Mickey, is that he hardly ever leaves the church's level of the base of the library. So he's most likely still there.
Okay. If we pass any food stands along the way, I'll pick up something for him, but I'm not going to go out of the way to do that. But...
I was going to say, should we bring him a little salad if there's any left?
Yeah. Yeah, if there's anything left.
There is some left.
Okay.
With the party bringing what's left of the salad back into the city of Lux, the party is able to quickly return back to the Nortrun library. And just like most days they're in, they see Niga appears to have fallen asleep at the front desk, with the book still in hand.
At least when she's asleep, she won't be rude.
Yeah. It's a very pleasant entry. Just walk past her.
Walking by Niga, letting her sleep, the party makes their way down into the lowest level of the library here in Lux. And as they walk in, they see Varol continuing to write notes. After he turns to look at the party, he quickly turns to look at the flump, who is very content still on Ori's head, as Varol says, "Well, it's been quite a few years since I've seen a flump. Where did you find such a strange creature?"
Oh, He was hiding out underneath that house that we had to clear out. Before we left for the islands, and all that.
You cleared out a house?
Wasn't that with him when we?
Did he give us the first
It was actually
one? I can't
Tarn
remember.
who gave you that quest.
Oh, Tarn. Oh, right. Oh, well, yeah. It was. Sorry, I forgot. It was for Tarn. We worked with Tarn to check in on a member of the church.
Oh, lovely. And how were they? And as Mari looks up, she sees crawling on the ceiling,
No.
crawling on all fours, with limbs sort of bent in this strange, abnormal way, sort of skittering across the ceiling like a spider, is a dark-skinned humanoid creature with giant yellow eyes. The hair on its head appeared to have been ripped out or fallen out many years ago. It's wearing these torn-up rags all over its body, and as it realizes it's been seen, its mouth opens up, but instead of a scream or noise, it's just this strange, macabre gurgling noise as this wriggling mass of green worms spit out of its mouth, its ears, and its eyes.
Okay, that's gross. I was just putting some food in my mouth, and that's...
Oh no, Joe. Not good.
Oh, that's too bad.
So
What anyway?
do you? Well, first we brought you some salad.
Oh, wonderful.
So do you know anything about flumps?
This is such a delicious salad. Do you make this?
No, this wonderful food was courtesy of Gloria over at the Glory Road Inn.
Oh, well, be sure to send her my compliments next time you're back that way.
We will, and if anybody asks you, hey, where's a good place to stay, send them her way as well.
Don't worry, I'll let anyone who comes down here to see me know that the Glory Road Inn has the best salad in town.
Wonderful. Mari's really proud of herself.
No.
Yeah, but who's gonna come see him in a basement?
Ori will
Hey.
Ori will hold back her snide comments, seeing that Mari is proud of herself.
You never know.
I guess not. But so do you? So you recognize flumps? Do you know much about them?
Well, I am not an expert on Underdark creatures, but flumps I am somewhat familiar with, as they are very peculiar and very curious creatures of sorts. They tend to wander around painlessly siphoning off psychic energy from psionic creatures and such. It is very curious why the flump seems to be drawn to you, though. Do you have psionic powers?
Ori takes a long moment to think about how she wants to answer this one. Yes, some of my sorceress abilities are psionic.
Very curious. And how'd that come to be?
I was in the Underdark, and one thing led to another.
Does the party know this? Like, would Mari?
I'm trying to remember what I told y'all. I don't know if I ever told,
so.
the full story. I mean, I think I've talked to Mari, especially about, my nightmares,
Yeah.
and that I, had bad experiences in the Underdark, but I don't think I ever told her, all the details.
I think you might have only told the captain some of the details.
Yeah,
But you not
I
told-
mean, even with the captain, I
Yeah.
kept kind of vague, honestly.
I don't think you told us. Yeah. Okay.
No.
So I think Mari's looks sharply at you, concerned, not like.
Yeah. Well, it didn't make my magic feel any less powerful, so I guess I can keep eating my brainwaves.
Oh yeah, you have nothing to worry about. While flumps are technically classified as a parasite, so I read once, I hope that book was not lying to me, they are apparently quite harmless to psionic folks like yourself, apparently.
Oh, do you speak Undercommon at all, Varol? Or know someone who does?
I speak a little bit of Undercommon, but it is more of a seventh language to me, so I'm not the most fluent at it.
Do you think you could try talking to the flump? I tried talking with it, and it couldn't. We couldn't understand each other.
Well, I can most certainly try. Just give me one moment. As Varol stands up, then slowly walks over towards one corner of the room looking for a book, and he says, let's see. No. Ah, yes, here we go. He pulls out a very large dictionary, and looking at it, it appears to be a common to undercommon translation dictionary. So he'll pull it back, set it back down, and say, now let me see here. It's at this point Varol will start speaking undercommon to the flump. And the party sees the flump suddenly has a very curious look, and it will slowly float off of Ori's head and float right in front of Varol. It's at this point the conversation is telepathic, so the party does not hear what's going on. But let's have everyone make an insight check.
Just keeps getting worse.
Good lord.
That is rough.
Goodness for Corvus.
Yes, everyone has a feeling that they do understand one another. Corvus has a feeling that the flump seems a little bit scared, but he's not quite sure why. Corvus also notices that it appears that Dash is very slowly trying to sneak up on the flump while this is going on.
I say nothing.
I mean, do I notice Dash sneaking up?
The rest of the party does not notice Dash until he jumps up and tries to take a bite at the flump again.
No! Silvery Barb's on his attack on the flump. If he succeeds.
Flumps are friends, not food.
With silvery barbs, Dash will miss as the flump quickly hovers away and begins circling around Ori as the flump is being chased by Dash.
Stop that! No! Dash! Stop!
Dash will bark and give a pout before slowly moving away towards Ash very dejectedly.
Technically, I am gonna give myself advantage on my next, D20 roll, but I don't know if that's even gonna come up, but... Or he'll try to, pet the flump.
Petting the flump will comfort it as it eventually returns back on top of your head. At this point, Varol say, well, it appears that this flump here got lost from its cloister and was trying to find its way back home. It apparently was a scout for its cloister and went off looking out for potential ways for its fellow brethren to siphon off other psionic creatures, and apparently got lost and trapped down where you found it.
Does it sound like it came through the rift?
Oh, no, I'm sure it was just living down in the Underdark in the tunnels near the Undercity. You see, most flumps do live in the Underdark.
Oh, okay. Did they say if they had a name?
It does not have a name.
Trash.
No! No.
At which point, Varol will speak something in Undercommon, and while the party does not hear the response from the flump, Varol will say, well, it appears that flumps have no need for names, so it does not actually have a name.
We can call it flumps then.
Varol will speak to it again in Undercommon, and after a moment of the flump staring at Varol will say, it appears that the flump is okay with being called flump.
Wonderful. Does it need help finding its cloister?
Oh, yes, most certainly.
Ori looks a little sad at that, but it's like, yeah, well, we can try to help it find its way home. Maybe tomorrow, if you want to let it know that.
Oh yes, I will inform it right away once I find the undercommon word for tomorrow. Let's see. Oh, here it is. And after speaking to it in undercommon one more time, the flump will nod.
Corvus is going to roll his eyes at the comment about helping it find its cloister.
Well, thank you so much, Roll, for the help. It's good to know a bit more about Flumph.
Oh, you are most certainly welcome. You know, if you want to wait a minute or two, I might be able to find a book which may give you more information on Flumps. As he
Yes.
stands and slowly walks away. At this point, Michaelmas sees Varol moving towards one of the more messy parts of the library and realizes it's probably going to take more than a couple minutes. But if Ori would like to wait, it's going to be about 15 more minutes. Actually, Michaelmas, if you'd like to make an investigation check to help.
I will do that. No, I won't. 9.
Unfortunately
It's
for
gonna take
Michaelmas,
20
yes.
minutes.
This part of the library is not the section that Michaelmas has previously helped try to organize. Although Michaelmas may make a mental note of trying to organize this area, but after 15 or 20 minutes, Varol is eventually able to find a tome with information on different Underdark creatures.
Thank you.
You are most certainly welcome, and while I'd prefer the book not to leave this area, I will make an exception as long as you promise to return it unharmed.
I promise. Thank you.
You are most certainly welcome.
Well, should we call it a night?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, stores would be closed. Yep.
There might be some street vendors still open at this time of night.
No, I've got a specialty. Well, the dragon, the copper dragon who kind of likes jokes and silly things, I don't have confidence in our ability to perform. I'm not going to tell the this is for US players. This is not as characters. I don't have ability in us performing well on purpose, and so I want to get, like, I don't know, some kind of a mechanical jewelry box, music box or something that will be kind of clever and entertaining to make up for
Smart.
us that aren't.
Who are gonna do so hot?
Yeah.
Good idea. I think tomorrow we'll be able to pick up our armor,
That will be nice.
likely, so we can do that and do any shopping.
As the party walks back through the evening streets of Lux, it is Michaelmas with his passive perception who notices that there appears to be an elven woman wearing a hooded cloak who is following the party at a distance.
I'll try and let Ash know without making a whole lot of signals about it to see if one of his peeps from the Black Rose.
Okay.
Ash, make a perception check.
The person wearing a hat.
The person does not appear to be wearing a hat. However, Ash is able to get a quick glance at her face. It appears to be one of the guards at Eldril's home, the father of Mari. And it appears to be the same guard who Mari threw a knife at as
My
the party
favorite.
was leaving.
Old.
I'm just gonna walk up aside Mari and kind of whisper, "Hey, it's one of your dad's guards."
I just
following
full
us."
on stop and turn around. Where?
Over there, I guess.
As Mari does that, Ash sees the elf very casually make a 90-degree turn and walk down an alley away from the party.
If I see that, can I follow her? Or did you point that out, Ash?
Yeah, I pointed where the person was.
Why is your dad following us again still?
Because he's a jerk. Because he can't just send a message or, call me up or whatever.
Yeah,
If
really
you would like, I
overcomplicating
can send him a
things.
message and break his knees.
Did I send him a message? Did I send to him and tell him to stop sending people to stalk us?
You did.
Yeah. You could.
What?
I think you did not, since you wanted to save that spell slot just in case, but Maury did send the letter, if I remember right.
But now that it's like a new day and I have spell slots again, I'm offering to send him and tell him off.
Could you just send him and just what does he want?
Alright, or we will send him. Hey,
Make sure-
man!
Make sure you include the part about me breaking his knees.
Yeah.
Hey, man!
We kind of skated past that, but be okay with that.
Wait, what? Sorry, what specifically about you? This is. What about breaking knees? Sorry.
If he does not leave us alone, I will break his knees.
Okay. All right, sending. Hey, man! Saw your incompetent lackey. Just talk to your daughter. Corvus is threatening breaking knees. It's pretty annoying. You know. Hope the family's well.
Perfect. No notes.
Nice.
The family is well. Thank you for asking. Now, about my so-called lackey, he or she or they will do what they please. Thanks.
Wow, he is annoying. Ori will relay the message back.
Why doesn't he just say what he wants?
Well, I don't feel like spending another spell slot on him, so...
No. Absolutely do not waste another one. Alright.
I guess we can, just keep going. We don't see anyone who's, small, do we? Following us?
Make a perception check.
You know, remember when we had people, following us that were, probably
Yeah.
from the Underdark?
Yeah.
Well, I think I explained my mother a little bit to my stepmother a little bit,
Yeah.
I think I mentioned that, this person seemed connected to her with the jewelry. I think I explained that.
I think
Oh
you
my
did too.
gosh.
Unfortunately, Ori is a little bit frazzled and upset by the very curt response from Eldril, so she does not notice anyone. Someone else can make a perception check if you'd like.
I'll give it a shot. Orders of magnitude better.
Maury also does not notice anyone.
After we saw the one and she ran off, I don't think I would be particularly looking. I think that we assume that.
Let's just head back.
Yeah.
Corvus, if we ever see her again, break her knees.
Yeah, I'd be okay with it now.
I'll keep that in mind.
Carte blanche for Corvus.
So the party makes it back to the Glory Road Inn. After they walk in, the party sees 3 different goblins who appear to be sitting at different tables. And after the party walks in, Gloria will walk over towards the party and whisper, the 3 of them just sort of walked in one by one, and when I asked if I could help them with anything, they didn't really say anything. They just sort of sat down. Do you know them?
Do we
don't
recognize
think
them at
so.
all?
The party does not recognize any of them. However, the party does recognize a floating red tentacled creature that appears to slowly hover out of the kitchen. So it's at this point, we need to roll for initiative again.
Pete's sake.
Hell's bells! Oh, come on.
Ooh,
Yikes.
get those rolls out of the way now.
Might not go through. There it goes.
A 5.
Ash!
Wait, you plus 11 to initiative? Wait, what?
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
Oh, you know what it is? Because Corvus initiative is rolled at advantage, he rolled a 1 and a 9 for the d20. So even though it's counting the 9 plus 3, because there was still a nat 1 roll, it still is red.
Oh, okay. that makes sense.
What would happen if you rolled the nat 1 and the nat 20?
Oh,
Would
no!
it break it? It would break it.
We'd all go home.
The entire
Roll20 would
website
crash.
goes
The
down.
entire website would just crash.
So, after the strange tentacle creature floats back into the inn, the 3 goblins suddenly stand up, and one of them will run forward, and it will draw a scimitar before making an attack on Ori.
Told Varol to send customers. Not goblins.
And Girl is a goblin. Shield.
And right before the scimitar hits Ori, she uses her reaction to cast the shield spell, but that will not stop him from making a second attack, which will also miss thanks to the shield spell.
I am low on spells.
With that, the tentacled creature will move forward and make 2 random irays at Corvus and 1 at Mari. So the first one at Corvus needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
Whoa!
Corvus inwardly and possibly outwardly laughs as the Iray tries to frighten Corvus. However, with the next Iray, Corvus needs to make a strength saving throw. And Corvus, once again, feels himself slowly lift up off the ground, but is then able to flatten himself and land back down on his feet and avoid the telekinetic powers. Mari will need to make a dexterity saving throw.
8.
Unfortunately for Mari is now slowed for 1 minute.
Ugh.
So your speed is halved, you cannot take reactions, and on your turn you can only do an action or a bonus action. But you can repeat the save at the end of each of your turns. And with that, it is now Corvus's turn.
Well, I'm going to enter my rage first. And I'm going to yell, "Protect the innkeeper!"
Oh.
And then I will make a shove attack at the creature to try and shove it back 5 feet.
Okay, Corvus, make an athletics check with advantage. Corvus is successfully able to push back the floating tentacle creature 5 feet back away from Gloria.
And with my second attack, I'm just going to make a reckless attack at it.
That will hit.
Or 13 slashing and 6 radiant.
Corvus shoves the tentacle creature back and continues running forward as he hits it with his glaive. And after that series of attacks, we go to Ash.
Alright, I'm going to move up here, and then over here. And then I'm going to take out my longbow and try to shoot the red one with sharpshooter attack. 20 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, for 21 damage plus sneak attack, since Ori is right there. For an additional 5. And then I will take another sharpshooter attack at it.
Before you can, you realize that first attack was enough to kill that goblin.
Ah, well. And my second attack, which is going to be a miss, goes to blue. And then I will cunning action dodge as my bonus action. And that'll be it.
Next up, this goblin is going to charge forward, drawing his scimitar and make 2 attacks on Mari. The first attack, Mari is not quite able to block it with her shield in time, as Mari takes 4 points of slashing damage and 2 points of poison damage. As it appears the scimitar is poisoned. With the second strike, Mari...
hits.
Yes, the second strike also hits, as the effect of the poison is very unexpected, as Mari is not quite able to get her shield up in time to block the second attack, as Mari takes 8 slashing and 4 more points of poison damage. The third goblin, seeing Corvus as a large threat, will run up and attack Corvus, so...
At advantage. That's a hit.
His first strike will hit for 6 points of slashing and 4 points of poison damage. The second strike, right in the same area of the first attack, will hit for 7 more points of slashing and 2 points of poison damage. With all the goblins running up and charging at the party, we now go to Ori.
Okay, well, I'm gonna cast... I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on on blue.
Can we keep one of the goblins alive for questioning?
That's what I was kind of wondering about. Well, see, I wanted to cast Hypnotic Pattern, but then it moved, and now it's less worth it, I feel like.
Yep.
So, yeah, I want to cast Dissonant Whispers on blue at 3rd level, because that's what I have left for slots.
Which save is that again?
Int? Wisdom, sorry. Of course, I rolled 2 1s on the damage.
So give me 1 second. That is a failure. As that goblin takes 16 points of bludgeoning damage. That was on green.
Blue.
Blue.
That was on blue. As that goblin begins running away back into the kitchen, which will provoke an opportunity attack from Corvus.
I'll let him go.
Oh, well, I thought you would attack that one.
Take him
And
down.
you could
Wow.
keep green alive.
Okay, yeah, then I'll hit him.
Sorry, that's why I didn't want to do green because then Mari might not be able to use her Sentinel if it attacks.
I can't use
Gloria.
Sentinel anyways. I'm
That
slow.
will hit.
Oh, right, shoot.
Or 8 slashing.
The goblin looks very bloodied as Corvus's glaive lashes out right in the back of his legs, right behind his knee, as he's limping but continuing to run.
That'll be all for Ori.
Okay, Michaelmas.
I will step in so I can see. Because it's an enchantment, I can cast Bless at 3rd level and hit 5 people. So I want Corvus, Gloria, Mari, Ori, and Ash.
Okay.
Mari doesn't have a reaction, right? So
Correct.
Ash. Oh, can Ash see blue? Take down blue?
Unfortunately, the swinging door closed and no one can see the goblin
one
who
can
ran
see it?
into the kitchen.
Oh. Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Shoot. Rats, if I would have known that. Okay. So that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then as my action, I'll dash 5, 10.
That's turn then, Michaelmas?
Yes.
Okay. With Michaelmas blessing the party and running after the goblin who's running away, that will take us to Mari.
I'm gonna try and kill green. 20 to hit
Can you
for 7.
Can you use non-lethal?
Maybe, if I wanted to.
Well, that will hit.
I don't have a lot of spell slots left though, so I don't plan on Divine Smiting necessarily. But I'm gonna try and hit it again. 22 to hit for another 8.
That second attack will also hit. And while it is bloodied, it is not dead yet.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, right after that attack, Mari and Ori see a small brain-like creature appear right next to the dead goblin on the ground next to it. As the small brain turns towards Ori, I need Ori to make a saving throw. An intelligence saving throw.
Oh boy. Ah!
21.
21.
Fortunately for Ori, she feels a psychic power try to affect her mind, but with her aberrant sorcery abilities, she's able to easily shrug it off.
Eh.
And now the tentacle creature is going to shoot 3 rays. It's going to shoot 2 at Corvus and 1 at Michaelmas. So first, Corvus needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Nice.
So many nat 20s.
After easily avoiding becoming stunned by this creature, Corvus then needs to make a Strength saving throw. And once again, pulls himself closer down to the ground and avoids being pushed back from the telekinesis from the creature. For the ray heading towards Michaelmas, Michaelmas will need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Oof.
And unfortunately for Michaelmas, he is now frightened of the tentacle creature standing behind him. And with Mickey feeling scared, we now go to Corvus.
Okay, Alright, 2 reckless attacks using Great Weapon Master.
$11 will miss, unfortunately.
I'm still blessed, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
blessed.
you need a 4.
Ha ha!
Corvus's glaive redirects itself to hit the creature right in its eye for...
26 slashing and 9 radiant.
Yes.
Nice.
And I will do the same thing second attack. For 20 more slashing. And then I'll do the same thing with my bonus action.
Dang.
You had so many crits tonight.
Yeah.
So 21 bludgeoning.
Corvus, feeling sick and tired of all these random rays shooting out this creature's eyes, lashes out at all of them, and is easily able to take down another tentacle creature.
Beautiful.
So with that, is my frightened then not frightened?
Yes, the frightened effect on you is now gone, Michaelmas.
Let's see. Then I would like to move up right behind Michaelmas.
You've got reach, don't you?
Yes, and with Mickey holding the door open, Corvus can see the goblin. So with that, is now Ash's turn.
Okay, so I see Corvus and Mickey running after this thing, so I'm just going to run. Just make sure I get my measurements right here. So I'm going to take the dash action to get me into the doorway here, and then I'm going to bonus action, cunning action dash to get me back here.
Cut him off at the pass.
Nice.
Wow.
And then that's my turn. I just sprint like a madman. Parkour! And then I...
So fast.
Yeah.
Yes,
Just so
Ori and
fast.
Mari see Ash sprint like they've never seen him run before as he cuts off the back exit of the goblin who is running from Dissonant Whispers. Now, the goblin standing in front of Ori and Mari will take one attack at each of them with his poison scimitar. So first at Ori.
Yeah.
That one will hit for 4 slashing and 4 poison damage. With that, there will be a second strike up against Mari. That one will miss, as Mari's able to block that one with her shield. The goblin who is running is going to stop and turn towards Mickey and make 2 attacks on Mickey. The first one will miss, as Mickey's able to block it with his shield, but with his shield up too high, the goblin is able to make a quick strike down lower against Michaelmas's gut for 5 slashing and 2 points of poison damage. After those attacks, it is now Ori's turn.
Ori's gonna look at Mari and be like, if I cast Calm Emotions on this goblin, will you promise not to kill it if it works?
Yes.
Thank
I
you.
don't think you should. I think you should kill that brain thing instead.
That's not a bad point though. But the brain thing's probably gonna have a great int save. Ori's gonna draw her scimitar, and as a bonus action, cast Booming. Oh, I didn't mean to cast it because it only happens if it moves. But I will cast Booming Blade as a bonus action and attack it with my scimitar. Sorry, scimitar. What am I saying? Rapier. Hey.
Nice.
That will hit the small brain-like creature at your feet.
And that is all for me.
With that, we now go to Michaelmas.
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna call down the Sacred Flames on this bad guy. 16 dex save.
Unfortunately for the goblin, he's unable to avoid the falling radiant flames. And as he screams, he falls down dead on the ground.
Oops. And then I'll run up to this other. Sorry, I went on mute for some reason. I'll run up to this other goblin then, and I'll be done.
With Mickey killing another one of the goblins, we now go to Mari.
I'm going to do non-lethal damage on the green one.
Yay!
17 to hit.
Don't fall the peer pressure if he poisoned you and.
That
Take
will
you out and
hit,
do it.
and that is just enough to knock the goblin unconscious as Mari hits it on the top of its head with her sword.
And I'm gonna turn to the brain and try and hit that one. Non-lethal. Back to lethal damage.
Non-lethal. Oh.
Didn't matter.
Unfortunately, it's a very small target, and Mari swings her sword a little bit high to hit it.
And that is my turn.
Alright, seeing that, the brain creature is going to cause Mari to make a saving throw. Make an intelligence saving throw, Mari.
15?
15 is enough, as Mari is able to resist the psychic effect that's trying to hurt her brain. And after that failed attempt, it is now Corvus's turn.
Oh, the goblin is unconscious, and then there's a brain on the floor. Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna try and kill this brain. Just wanted to make sure I could get there. For dramatic effect, I want to jump on the table and then try and stab it while it's on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. Corvus, with his long glaive, stands up, taking the high ground before slashing down towards the brain, which will hit.
Sorry, reckless attack. For 17 and 4 radiant.
And that is enough to kill that brain.
And then I would like to grapple Brain. If it's unconscious, I'm guessing I just grapple him.
Yes, with him being unconscious, you are easily able to grapple it.
And then can I just move him like 5 feet to the square right above him?
Yes, you can.
Alright, and then I will end my turn there.
Great. It's at this point everyone sees Gloria is still squatting down with her hands and arms over her head as she appears to be paralyzed by fear, not knowing where to go. But with that, it is Ash's turn.
Okay. Let's see. I'll move into the room. And then I will cunning action dash up to here. And then I don't need to kill it, right?
Yeah, let's just tie it up.
Yeah, I'll just tie him up. Why not?
Yeah.
I got some rope. I'll take out my rope and try to tie him up.
Right, Ash ties up the body of that goblin. However, right after Ash finishes tying up the goblin, the party sees the goblin slump over dead as another one of those brain creatures magically appears on the ground right next to it.
What?
And it's at this point I need Corvus to make an intelligence saving throw.
This is not going to go well, you guys.
You are blessed.
Ooh.
+3.
I'm
The
also.
aura.
Am I within Ori's or Mari's aura?
Oh, yes, I need to make that viewable for everyone else. Yes, you are. However, 11 is still a failure.
Plus 1d4.
Less.
D4.
15?
And with the bless, Corvus is able to resist the devouring psychic effect from the creature and takes no damage.
Teamwork
Thank
makes
you,
the
Mari.
dream work.
Mickey.
However, as the party sees the door from the kitchen open up, as a third of one of those creatures appears, and as it quickly clambers down on the floor,
What?
Mickey, make an int save. Mickey feels the strange creature try to attack his brain with psychic energy, but Mickey is able to shrug it off as well. And with that is now Ori's turn.
Well, I guess I'm gonna try to cast Mind Sliver on green. Good damage.
It is a failure, so it takes 11 points of psychic damage.
Nice.
I was really scared they'd be really good at those saves, but maybe not too bad.
Anything else for turn, Ori?
That will do, thank you.
So with one of the remaining brain creatures shaking in fear from the Mind Sliver, it is now Mickey's turn.
I'm going to take my staff since it's right there and gross and ugly and just try and splat it with my staff. Does a 13 hit?
13 does hit.
Nice.
Yes. So it's one-handed, so it's 6.
Mickey whacks his quarterstaff down, trying to smash the brain creature like a bug, and while it's not smashed yet, it is very injured.
Is there any way that I can get Gloria out of the way?
You'd have to use an action to try to shove her out of the way, so no.
I'm gonna step in front of her right now.
Okay. I'm done.
So with Mickey being concerned for Gloria, he sees Mari move up.
I'm gonna move up, so I'm between her and the brain thing, and then I'm going to hopefully hit the brain thing. 17 to hit
The brain thing is hit.
for 8 damage. Try it again. 12, but I'm blessed. 13,
13 will still hit.
7, and then
And with-
I'm going
with-
to...
With a second strike is just enough damage to split that creature in half.
Love it.
Oh.
That is my turn. That took all of my movement.
Now go to Corvus.
Oh, it's time for some reckless attacks.
Corvus!
Nice.
Wow.
How would Corvus like to do this?
Maybe I turn the blade of the glaive flat, so instead of slashing it, I smash it and it just creates a spray of, like, blood and disgusting spray in, like, a full 360 degree direction, as it just gets flattened, pancaked on the floor.
Does it somehow hit Mickey?
It unfortunately does not hit Mickey, as it's a little far away. It does hit Ash, though. But seeing Mickey whack down with his quarterstaff on one of the creatures, Corvus tries to one-up him and show Mickey the correct way to do it. And with one strike, the last of those brain creatures is flattened into goo on the ground.
I need to figure out a way that I can multi-class so I can get prestidigitation for myself.
This is just untenable.
Yeah.
I did not kill that goblin. That was not me.
No, I know. What are those things? Gloria, are you okay?
Yeah,
I'm
I
so
want
sorry
to
this
immediately
happened.
comfort Gloria.
Gloria is still squatting down, her arms shaking.
Oh my
I squat
goodness.
down next to her.
Are they dead?
Yeah, here, come.
think we got
Let
them
me
all.
help you to your room. We'll get this all cleaned up. Don't sit out here where it's grisly like this.
Ari, can you take her to the room? And I want to talk to Ori
Yeah.
outside of earshot. Can
Yeah,
you?
Gloria will lean on Mari
I'll-
for support.
I'll whisper to Ori, like, can you talk to her mind to make sure that that's still her mind in there, that she hasn't been eaten by some mind before we got here?
Yeah, I mean, if it's not, I don't know why she would have gone Agar with the rest of them, but I'll try to check. Yeah, oh gosh. I didn't even think of that. And she'll come in here. Well, is there like, I don't know, is there like a bin of like cool drinking water or something like I can like get for her? Like get her something to drink?
Ori is able to find some water and get a glass of water.
I'll bring that in to her room. Be like, here. Hey Gloria?
Yes?
After she's taken like a drink, Ori will kind of like, so she'll start with like, hey Gloria, like out loud, and then go to her mind and be like, hey, I'm using my magic to talk more directly to your mind. I just wanted to like check in and see how you're feeling.
Oh, I'm okay, really, thanks to all of you. I was just... I'm sorry, I just froze up. I didn't really know what to do.
Oh no, don't apologize. Is Gloria responding to me in my mind or out loud?
She's responding out loud.
Okay. So still speaking into her mind. Well, so when did they get here?
It's at this point, Gloria was not paying a lot of attention to you, but she suddenly does a double take towards you, realizing you're actually speaking in her mind and not out loud. At which point, she'll continue speaking out loud, not really understanding what's going on. I mean, they were here for maybe 20 minutes before you got here?
Mari, not understanding what's happening, goes, did they say anything?
No, they didn't speak at all. Which is why I was worried and asked you guys about it.
Yeah, I'll right now I'd like to do an insight check.
Sure, make an insight check.
See if this seems like Gloria. Ay.
You think so, but you're not entirely sure.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to, it's still telepathically to Gloria, or would you mind talking to me here, like, in our heads real quick? Just because I want to make sure you're okay. Like, would that work for you?
Make a persuasion check, Ori.
Yay.
Gloria will look really confused for a moment, and then you hear her speak inside her head. Can you actually hear me like this?
Ori will smile and say, yeah, I can. It's just a sorcerer thing for me.
Oh, that's... okay. Gloria
Yeah,
still looks kind of confused.
I just, sometimes people sound different in their heads, so I just wanted to make sure you sounded the same still. Just another kind of way to check up on you, Sorry if it's weird. I try to make it less weird, but it's kind of hard to be like, hey, can I talk into your mind,
Yeah, I can see why people would think that's weird.
Can I try another insight check on, like, her internal monologue now? Like, her mind speaking?
Sure. Make another insight check. Best you can tell, she still seems really scared and rattled by what happened. Best guess, you think it's still you think it's still Gloria's mind?
Alright, or I'll go back to talking out loud. So say thanks for humoring me with that. We'll set up another watch. We'll get it all cleaned up again. We'll be sure not to let anyone know that something happened. You know, we don't need any more bad publicity for the inn, of course. But is there anything else you need?
No, I think I just need to lay down for a while.
Of course.
Try and get some rest.
We'll watch over the inn. And leaving her room.
I'm outside the door making sure nobody walks in on the bloodbath we left.
Ori will go to Mickey and be like, well, I mean, I don't know if I would be able to tell necessarily any easier using telepathy than someone just talking to her their normal way. But she seemed like Gloria to me, as best as I could tell.
Okay.
But, I mean, if there's something impersonating her or, you know, possessing her in some way, I don't know if I'd be able to tell any better necessarily with telepathy, you know?
Yeah, I think probably if it's someone ate her brain, that you'd probably have been able to tell that, but...
I mean, I could try detect thoughts tomorrow if we're still worried about it, I guess. I just can't do that right now.
It's up to you if you want to.
Okay.
I thought it was something that we should...
No, I think it's worth investigating,
check
yeah.
on.
And then Ori's gonna go to Mari and be like, so I'm kind of realizing I probably never told you that I can... And then she'll kind of pause mid-sentence and go into speaking into Mari's mind, like, talking to people's minds.
Yeah, you definitely didn't.
Yeah, I guess it just doesn't always occur to me. So I was just checking in on Gloria, trying to see if she sounded any different, you know, in her mind talking versus her real life talking. I guess her voice talking. I don't know.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You obviously didn't find anything odd.
Not that I could notice. I mean, I don't really know, like, if it'd work any better, but yeah. As far as I could tell. You didn't think she sounded weird, did you?
No. I don't think so.
No,
I
I
think
she's okay.
A little overwhelmed by everything that's going on.
I mean, hopefully they wouldn't have tried anything because they weren't sure when we would have come back and we could have walked in on them, you know, or something like that.
Yeah.
And interrupted it. Whatever. Because it seems like those goblins were possessed, I guess. This is so weird. Oh, I have that book of Underdark creatures. I wonder if
let's see if
here.
those brain things are in there.
But I think we should clean up first.
Yeah. Yeah, Mari will get right to it.
So while the rest of the party is cleaning up the mess, let's have Michaelmas make a perception check as you stand outside the door.
Perception. 25.
Mickey, at one point, does notice a hooded figure standing at the entrance of an alley a block away. Mickey thinks the hooded figure is watching Mickey in the inn, but he's not quite sure because it is quite dark out now.
Is it standing or is it floating?
The figure is standing and leaning against a building.
Is this kind of like a human-sized person or like a gnome-sized person?
They appear to be medium-sized.
Are they within 60 feet?
They are not.
Do I think I could get within 60 feet without flagging them?
If you were to dash, then yes.
Are they like this way or this way?
They would be east, so in this direction.
Okay. So I'll set up a patrol and come around the building. And And are they still there?
They are still there.
Am I now within 60 feet?
I'd say yes, you are.
I'll cast hold person.
Yes.
Unfortunately for Mickey, the figure appears to have shrugged off the effect of her spell and starts running down the alley.
Dang it.
I'm not gonna chase him alone, but I'll come back and let everybody know what happened. Describe them as best I can. Of what did
Was
fit your...
Isn't that elf woman again? She's everywhere.
From what Mickey could tell, it probably wasn't.
Mari has already decided it was.
I hate that shit.
Cannot be convinced otherwise. He's unbelievable.
How are we gonna get these bodies out of here without alerting anyone to the fact that there was bodies in here?
More violence here again. Yikes.
I
We're
really
not.
don't want this to get out to potential customers.
Through the kitchen, out the storage room, in the back.
And then where though?
Get an empty... They're goblins, so they're small. If we find a barrel,
Ooh,
dump the contents of the barrel, and then stuff them in barrels.
barrel them.
Then what do we do with the barrels?
Roll them away.
To the ocean.
Yes. Roll them into the ocean.
Pretty sure you roll out the barrels.
But it's been... Yeah, it was yesterday when I cast my divination, right?
Correct.
I'd like to set up my little dragon brazier again and some more fires in it, stare into the fires of the mouth of the dragon, and ritually cast divination. And so within, so I'm looking in the flames. I'm trying to find the answer to within 7 days are the aberrations that we have been facing going to pose a threat to the people in the city of Lux.
After a moment, Michaelmas sees the flames flicker, and he feels a warm feeling wash over himself. He hears the deep, gentle voice that he heard before say, "Yes, stay vigilant."
Cranky. So I'll let everybody know. Now I'm
Mari will say quietly to Ori, "Are you okay staying here for a bit? I know we want to get to your family."
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, but right now it's what we know is happening right and what is actively harming people right now versus what might be happening at some point in the future. I don't want to abandon Gloria right now.
Okay.
I'll probably sending my family tomorrow when I have the energy again for it, just to check in, but no, I think we should stay in Lux, yeah.
Okay. She squeezes your hand.
Thank you. Alright, so are there empty barrels in the storage?
Looking in the storage, there are 2 empty barrels, which you are able to find.
Can we fit all 3 of the goblins and the tentacle thing in the barrels?
Using both barrels, yes, you are able to fit all of the creatures inside the barrels.
Beautiful.
Okay, so we'll do that, get those well sealed up, and hide them, I guess, in the pantry for now and get all the blood cleaned up. I don't know, maybe we rent a cart and, like, throw them in the ocean or something? I don't know.
Pretty sure Corvus could carry both of them by himself.
Yeah, probably.
Just about.
I mean, maybe we could take him to Sheth or the armory and just say like, "Hey, can you dispose
Here's
of
some
these?
goblins in a barrel!
we killed some more things for you."
If these goblins were
Well,
possessed...
getting rid of dead bodies, that would be a Black Rose kind of thing. If we're going to use that context.
That's a better point.
But the thing is, I don't know if we want to get the King's Guard involved, because then rumors could get out about the Glory Road Inn.
But we won't have to tell them they were at the Glory Road Inn.
Just take them out to the middle of nowhere, fireball them, it'll be fine.
That's also true.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Extremely valid
We
point.
just burn it. Doesn't matter, we don't have to throw it in the ocean.
I have an idea.
What's
What is
that?
it?
Why don't we display their corpses out front as a warning
No!
for enemies?
Corvus, no! It's not
I
gonna
like
help
where your
Gloria.
head's at. Like, I like the overarching idea of don't mess with us. But we're trying not to hurt, like, we want people to come and visit here for Gloria. And that'll just scare prospective customers away, don't you think?
I mean, those things must have been after us, right? Can I
know.
open the book and look for those little brain critters in the book?
Yeah, taking the time, you are able to eventually find a page on those creatures. They are called intellect devourers.
Huh, charming. Did
I
it
am
talk
more
about
and
them
more worried.
possessing anyone, or like why they... Oh.
Ooh.
There's a slightly better picture. I don't have the full art up. But yes, looking at the book, it says that these walking brains, they can cause people to become stunned and basically sent into a coma or a vegetative state. And once they do that, they're able to teleport and basically take the place of the brain of the creature and basically puppet them.
So they were dead. Already. Does it... So, but it doesn't say that they're, like, used for, like, tracking people down or anything? Like, nothing, or, like... They have... They don't... Do they seem like they have the intelligence of, like, plotting? And, like... ambush? Like they did right to us right now?
Looking at the page does mention that intellect devourers serve mind flayers, but does not give a lot of other info on their purpose besides that.
This might be our mind flayer issues still.
I worry the longer we stay here, the more we're endangering Gloria.
Yes.
I was thinking that too, but also now the inn's associated with us, and so they might go hassle her anyways, even if we try to move away.
We should have left as soon as Ralph was killed.
Probably, yeah. I mean, maybe we can talk to the I mean, maybe we can talk the King's Guard into setting up some sort of watch here. And hopefully not need to mention this event to them to do it.
Yeah.
Or... I don't know. Oh, I agree. I think we are endangering Gloria, but I don't know if leaving would make her any safer either, you know?
You're probably right.
And with the Crown Gall unsure of what to do next, we're going to end the episode here.
Jacob! I don't know what to do!
Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Our next episode will be up on Thursday, July 7th, so we will see you then.